Last month, gamers were transported to lush fantasy islands, to cities filled with heroes and villains, sent racing across the U.S., and even back in time to the early 1900s London. Let's check out some of June's biggest releases.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff here, but first up, we've got the Elder Scrolls Somerset. Now, this is the newest expansion for Elder Scrolls Online. It adds the Somerset Isle, which is the home of the High Elves, and we haven't been able to go there since 1994, so it's pretty exciting for Elder Scrolls fans, for sure.
Exactly. This adds a whole bunch of new locations to explore, new rewards, new skills, and the Sigil Order. I wanted to try out the new skill lines that they added. They have a lot of time skills that they've added in. So I made a new character, a Khajiit, because I always make Khajiits. And even though they typically don't do magic, I had to make him anyway so I could try out the new skills that they had, and I named him Razul Dazul.
That's amazing. I really feel like he should just appear in every Elder Scrolls game from here on out.
Can we please have my dorky character show up? Please.
And of course, you know, it's an MMO, so you're going to team up with other players. We've got a new trial, group events that you can participate in, and a lot more.
So next up, another fantasy game, but this time with a historical twist, Vampire. This was developed by Don't Nod, the team behind Remember Me and Life is Strange.
Two very big titles, of course.
Oh yes, and like their other titles, your player choice will play a huge role.
Now, it takes place in 1918 London at the end of the First World War during the Spanish flu pandemic. Obviously a very dark, sad, somber time. 3% of the world's population was killed by the flu pandemic, which is actually 3 times more than the war itself. Oh. Yikes.
So this is an action RPG. You play as a doctor turned into a vampire. So you get to choose. Do you want to save people or do you want to feed on them? Are you going to
feed on them always?
Of course you would. Are you going to embrace the monster inside?
Of course.
Like Megan does? Or do you want to be nice like I did?
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, while you're dealing with that internal struggle, you also, you know, you're a vampire, so you've got weapons, you've got supernatural abilities, and you've got to fight those pesky vampire hunters, undead, and lots of other creatures, too.
One thing that I really liked when I was playing it, too, they have so many different kinds of attacks that I didn't really expect to see from such a heavy story-driven game. They have one attack where you literally freeze the blood in the enemy. Yeah, I'm like, okay, that's really interesting.
That's inventive.
Yeah. So your actions and choices impact the world around you, the characters and the story. If you start to feed on people, you befriend them, first of all. The more you befriend them, the more you can be like, all right, let's go over into this dark alley.
That is so sneaky.
And then you feed on them and they're gone, and that affects your story, and then the whole world around you starts to get more unhealthy as more people are dying.
Man, that's really intense, but let's lighten things up a little bit with LEGO The Incredibles. Now, in this game, you can play through the events of both movies, The Incredibles 1, which we grew up with, big part of our childhood, and the newly released Incredibles 2.
It was so good.
I know, it was amazing.
And in true LEGO fashion, you can work together, you can combine your superpowers, you get to fight, build, explore.
Yeah, and it's open world too, so there's a lot to explore, lots to see, and lots to do, of course. And there are a bunch of different districts as well, and there's villains in each of those districts, so you've got to take them down, and there are side missions to complete as well.
So let's talk about another open world game, but instead of just being open cities, it's the entire country.
Yeah, we've got The Crew 2. Now you can race across the entire US, and what's really great about it is you can switch really seamlessly between your different vehicles. You've got land, sea, and sky, no loading screens, just in a snap you can switch from one to the other.
You can align with a racing family that specializes in different disciplines, so you can freestyle, you can pro, you can do off-road, you can join friends too and do 4-player co-op.
Yeah, I don't know how well I'm gonna do in co-op because I just want to mess with people and crash into their vehicles.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, unfortunately it's time for us to take a break, but after the break we'll check out even more great games that released last month. We'll be right back.